America and Germany. But what is the reaction to an opinion like that expressed by so many significant leading legal figures?
I think they're all being misled. I mean, we're talking about one of the conversations that we had even earlier about a genocide is the claim that somehow Israel is starving the Palestinian population in Gaza, but it does allow trucks in, and this is not contestable. We all agree that there are trucks of humanitarian aid being given into the Gaza Strip. Hamas is taking over those trucks, as everyone can agree. Even Palestinians themselves in Gaza are reporting that. So, in fact, if you want to blame someone for a genocide of starvation, it should be Hamas. And instead of blaming Hamas for everything, I mean, for the fact that this war is even still ongoing.
Well, we're talking about the question of banning arms sales to Israel, rather than that sort of role of Hamas. I mean, within the Israeli government, what do you think is the reaction to that sort of rhetoric?
It's insignificant. It's less than 1% of our arms. But at the end of the day, Israel has invested millions, billions of dollars in creating Iron Dome, in creating bomb shelters, in protecting its civilians. The arms that are used today in Gaza are supposed to protect Israeli civilians. That's what they've been doing since October 6th. And also in the West Bank, if we're looking at the military operation in the West Bank, it's all meant, they followed 500 terrorist operations in the last year alone. So the idea that there's somehow, I mean, the weapon is being used for anything else but protecting Israeli civilians is completely ludicrous.
Owen, let's pick up some of the things Hen has been saying, which is that, look, we can talk so much about what Israel is doing in Gaza, but ultimately Hamas created this war.
I think if you start the clock on the 7th of October, that's absurd. Obviously, in 1948, the Palestinian people were driven from their homes, 750,000. The vast majority of the people in Gaza are the descendants of those 750,000 people who'd driven from the homes, 15,000 of them slaughtered at the time, 1967, yet another act of ethnic cleansing, an illegal occupation, the longest belligerent occupation.
Let's talk about what's happening here. Look, we haven't got time for
I don't know. Why ask me the question then? In terms of arms, Alicia Kearns, the Conservative MP and chair of the Foreign Affairs Select Committee, in a leaked recording, said that the government had received legal advice that Israel was in defiance of international humanitarian law. What that legally necessitates is Britain ending all arms sales, but also ending all cooperation and sharing intelligence. Now, you're right, Britain doesn't supply that many arms, but if it ends arms sales, that then puts huge pressure on Germany, which has decided to make the Palestinian people pay for the grievous crimes it committed by attempting to exterminate the Jewish people.
Come on, have some decency.
The second
I won't
point.
Let you. The memory of the Holocaust will not be used this way. How dare you? You're not Jewish. Don't do that.
It shouldn't
be used. Really, don't do it.
It shouldn't be used to force the Palestinians.
Even for you, it's a red line.
Shouldn't be used to force the Palestinians people to pay for Holocaust.
Now, in terms of, I think Hen believes that you are disparaging the memory of the Holocaust.
Of course, he just did.
No, I didn't.
I said that Germany is making Palestinians pay for the 6 million Jews that were killed in the Holocaust?
Yes, I absolutely did.
This is absolutely disgusting. I can't believe
I stand by what I said because it's absolutely true.
Are you saying that Germany is supporting Israel because of what happened?
Yes, it believes it can make,
than punishing the Palestinians.
It believes Germany has decided it can make up for its obscene guilt by forcing somebody else to pay for the crimes that Germany committed. It's a very straightforward point. There's nothing offensive about it. It's a very obvious
Of course it's offensive. I'm telling you it's offensive, and I'm a Jewish Israeli.
In terms of arms,
still will not take it back.
No,
because you don't care about Jews. Because you don't care about anti-Semitism.
You know what's interesting? I interviewed a German Israeli. I interviewed a German Israeli.
It's really,
and people should check that I interviewed a German Israeli.
One person's opinion is not definitive. And I think I do need to.
They're shutting down Jewish people in Germany who speak about Gaza. The point about arms, which we were talking about, Israel has destroyed the medical system of Gaza. That itself is a genocidal act. There's no functioning healthcare system. They just destroyed Al-Shifa Hospital, the biggest hospital in Gaza.
It's been used by Hamas.
Now, well, you think everything's used by Hamas, so you could point everything to Hamas.
No. We can't make glib questions like that.
Okay.
There are Hamas infrastructure across Gaza.
According to every intelligence organization,
every single medical facility and hospital in Gaza has been attacked. That imposes a daily death sentence on everyone who has cancer, heart problems,
really impossible.
people who are pregnant, pregnant women who are having... Quickly...
No, I need to let Hen have a response.
Babies who are having their limbs amputated.
We can see the devastation. And I know you're upset by some of the things that Owen is saying there, but you would accept that the wholesale destruction of Gaza is causing immeasurable pain to the civilian population.
It's causing unimaginable pain for Israelis, for myself, to see that I am angry by every civilian casualty in Gaza. I am heartbroken. It's crazy that we have to get to this point. I mean, we don't want that. We didn't have that on October 6th. We pulled out of the Gaza Strip. There was no military control over the Gaza Strip. There were borders like there is with Egypt. By the way, why isn't anyone asking why Egypt isn't letting in trucks of humanitarian aid? At the end of the day, let me just say, there's two sorts of approach to this conflict. There's people that look at the past and there's people that look at the future. I'm looking at the future. I want a future for my kids that will be affected by it to live peacefully with Palestinian children. That's all I want.
Well, what the Palestinian children do survive.
At this moment, this conversation will continue another time. That's it for tonight.